Hi. Hello, hello, hello. I'm here. I'm glad that you're here too. How are you guys doing today? Am I the asshole for not reimbursing my son's mom for his sleepaway camp? Our son is 8 years old and he's going to his first sleepaway camp next month. Since my ex and I make the same income, we don't give or get child support, but rather we pay for different expenses. For example, I pay for his sitter and she pays for his extracurricular activities like camp. Sleepaway camp was so expensive that they don't even list the cost online. Ooh, he couldn't go. I need to know how much before I sign up for anything. Basically, his camp and sports cost more than his sitter, so I agreed to reimburse her whatever the difference is between that and childcare. So far, it's $150. I said that I would give it to her today when we see each other at our son's swim lesson. I was on my way home after a short business trip. Obviously, my son was with his mother. I got a call from the sitter. He said my son's mom came home and was wasted. She was passed out on the couch. Our sitter said he didn't feel okay leaving our son with her. Our son hadn't had dinner, and Friday is bath night where I scrub him clean. I said, obviously, I can't do anything as I'm about to fly back home, and I asked if he could stay and watch our son. He said that he couldn't. His place is a bit of a commute away. Then I asked if he would be open to taking my son back to his place, getting him fed, giving him a bath, and putting him to bed. That I would personally pick my son up and take him to my house. I have him for the next 2 weeks anyways. Our sitter said that he could do that, but he asked about getting paid. I said that I'll pay you for whatever hours you worked, and he said if I could pay him in cash instead of a check, then he would do the overnight thing for an extra $150 in cash. I agreed. I don't think he's the asshole. That $150 would not be going to my kid's mother. And I know that's exactly what happened. I know that's exactly what happened because he had to pay that extra $150 because she was passed out when their 8-year-old son was home, wasn't going to give the boy a bath, wasn't going to give him dinner, came home, passed the fuck out. I know he ended up giving that $150 to the babysitter versus giving it to her for the reimbursement. I know that's what happened. I got back to town around 3 a.m. I picked my son up at 4. I texted my ex about the sitter. I saw her at our son's swim meet and she admitted that she drank too much at her office party and then apologized to our sitter. She asked me for the $150 for the summer camp reimbursement, and I said I applied it to pay the sitter for taking our son overnight because she couldn't do it herself. She said that wasn't fair and we're not squared. I said we actually are. We both paid the same amount for childcare and camp. That was the agreement. She said that I promised to reimburse her and it was my decision to have the sitter take our son overnight. What was he supposed to do? Leave the child at the house with his mother passed out on the couch? This makes me wonder how many times this has happened before. She said that I promised to reimburse her and it was my decision to have the sitter take Ryan overnight and it's my responsibility to his sitter. I told her to kick rocks. Like, he says he scrubs him clean on Fridays. So the kid probably bathes himself during the week and dad's making sure that he's actually clean. That's what he said. He scrubs him clean on Fridays. We don't know. It could be a situation as to where he needs help. Like, kids are always on different levels. We don't know. So, yeah, it could have been a situation to where kid, bathes himself, but it's like, all right, you be in there playing in the water with the soap around you for 20 minutes every day, but daddy's going to make sure the water's a different color when you get out today. I think that's the type of situation that it is. Like, I think isn't that how you, teach your kids to bathe themselves? Like, you bathe them, and then when they get older, they bathe themselves, and then you bathe them. Yeah. Yes, they bathe, but they don't clean. There you go. Because, yeah, like I said, he be in there splashing with soap around him. But that don't mean anything's coming off clean. This story, it makes me wonder how often she passes out or if this is something that she's done before because it was your idea to have him stay overnight. What did you expect him to do? You came home and passed out. You expected him to just walk out of the house and leave with the child in the house and you passed out drunk on the couch? Okay. Okay. All right. I got questions. Ooh, excuse me. Am I the asshole for leaving dinner because my sister was late again? See, punctuality is like a really, really big thing to me. If you're chronically late, do not accept any invitations to go anywhere with me. Don't ask me to go anywhere with you if you're always late, because I like being on time to things. I, 27 female, had plans to go out to dinner with my sister, 30 female, as we do every month. She lives in my hometown and I live in the next state over with my boyfriend. We're about 35 minutes to an hour apart depending on traffic. We agreed to meet closer to the hometown with my mom. One thing about her, she's always late. I expect that she'll always be at least 30 minutes late, but it's been up to a few hours. And not just random places, weddings and graduations too. I've been brought up in the past by mom, but it's been brought up in the past by my mom and I, but she always brushes it off and then gets upset. My boyfriend drove me over. I can't drive, and he offered to drop me off before he had to head out for plans of his own near home and then come back when he was done. I assumed after dinner we would just hang out at her house either way. We get to the place and I start calling my sister. She usually doesn't say if she's going to be late, but if my mom is with her, she does, and I hadn't heard anything. I got my mom a few minutes later and she says they're behind because it took a while to get my nephew, who's almost 1, ready. And my sister got in the shower later than expected. Bitch, I can't stand people who do shit like that. You know we have somewhere to go, but you decide at the last minute, I'm going to take a shower. Why didn't you do that when you woke up this morning? Why didn't you have your mom get the baby dressed and you take a shower? Like, why did you wait until the last minute to take a shower? I didn't know that my nephew was coming, and she usually tells me if he is. Her husband was apparently there to let my mom in when she showed up, but then went back to sleep as soon as she got there. Not sure why he couldn't help get the baby ready, but that's none of my business. I checked the maps and it says 35 minutes, adding in getting a baby strapped and secure and then putting him either in the stroller or the front carrier of her body. I was looking at a 40-minute wait. To top it off, we had reservations. She made the reservations, not me. I had never been to this place and I didn't know if it was one of those places that don't let you have the table if your whole group isn't there. There was really no space to wait inside and I'd have to stand outside. Anyways, I didn't feel like sitting alone for 40 minutes even if I could. She doesn't keep her friends waiting this long when they make plans. I don't get why it's okay to do this to me and my mom. I'm speaking to my mom after trying to change the reservation online, and at that point, I was fed up. If we agreed to be there at a certain time, just be there. 5 or 10 minutes late is fine, but not this. I told my mom I was going back home. I didn't feel like fuming at the table and acting like I wasn't mad when they got there. I'd done it before. She sounded hurt and mad, but said fine and that she would go home too. Since then, I haven't spoken to my sister. It's been a few weeks and my mom doesn't want to get in the middle, but I told her I wasn't speaking to her until I get an apology. Mom told her she can't keep doing this on their ride back home and agreed that it's an issue, but she won't say anything else. It's ridiculous to just always be late because you're bad at time management. She also wants to use the "it takes long to get a baby ready" excuse, which I would accept if it wasn't for the fact that this has been a problem long before my nephew was born or even thought of. Am I the asshole? I don't think she's the asshole at all. I would have went home too. I'm not sitting 40 minutes. 40 minutes. No. I wouldn't have waited fucking 40 minutes. At the most, you have 10. Because I understand that traffic is a thing, but if you're going to be late, I'm expecting play-by-play communication. I'm expecting all communication. I'm leaving the house. I just put the key in the ignition. Girl, I almost forgot to buckle up. I put my seatbelt on. I'm driving down the street. We at the stoplight. I need play-by-play fucking communication, because what I'm not going to do is sit here for 40 minutes, maybe longer, because depending on fucking traffic, it could be longer, waiting for you to come. No, I know that time blindness is a thing. I'm 100%, stating that it is a thing, but I'm also stating that it is not an excuse to be chronically late. If you know you have to be somewhere and you know that you are privy to losing track of time, you set alarms. You do what you need to do to keep yourself online, like on time. Like, it's not anyone else's job to sit around and wait for you and make excuses and just deal with the fact that you have time blindness. Like, no, that's not for anyone else to deal with. Like, that's no. Would I be the asshole if I don't act excited for my sister-in-law being pregnant? My sister-in-law, Lisa, 22 female, told me 27 female and my wife, Sarah, 25 female, that she was pregnant yesterday. Apparently, she's 6 weeks pregnant. I left the room when she said she was having a baby. What? I left the room when she said she was having a baby, and Sarah was saying congratulations in a neutral way. She was not screaming or crying or acting overly excited, which caused the conversation to be awkward. I don't understand why it's awkward. When you guys who have children made pregnancy announcements, did you expect everyone to scream and shout and jump for you because you were having a baby? Because I was recently informed that somebody is having a baby, and I smiled and I said, congratulations. I'm happy for you. If you're happy, I'm happy for you. And like, it kind of got awkward. And I'm like, the whole time I thought about it, like afterwards, like, was I wrong? Am I supposed to be like stupid excited because someone is having a, like, is it not normal to just be like, congratulations? Because fucking congratulations. Like, do you want me to throw rose petals on the ground and go ahead and hire a band, get some fireworks going on and write congratulations in the sky? You want me to get you a blimp? Like, you know, like, yeah. Okay. Now we're going to be seeing them for Mother's Day. At first they weren't going to be coming, but now they are. I know they're going to make it all about themselves. Lisa has not seen my reaction towards her having a baby, but on Sunday, I will not act excited or be happy for her. Now, some backstory. I'm glad, because the hate for Lisa is real. I'm glad they gave us some backstory, because the Lisa hate is thick. It's thick. Now on to some backstory. Last year, Lisa announced that she was pregnant at 4 weeks. She has a history of having irregular cycles, and her husband, Dan, 25 male, wants 7 children. What Dan do for a living? Anyway, however, Lisa thought that she lost her pregnancy, and it was just her period. Wait, Lisa thought she lost her pregnancy, but it was just her period. Okay. But I thought she announced that she was pregnant. Hold on, y'all. I got to start this over because I'm confused. Last year, Lisa announced that she was pregnant at 4 weeks. She has a history of having irregular cycles, and her husband wants 7 children. However, Lisa thought she lost the baby, and it was just her period. Okay. She began to tell everyone that she had a miscarriage. Bitches do that. She went to the doctor, and the doctors tested her for a pregnancy hormone that is made by the body when a woman is pregnant. Test results came back, and the doctor told her she was never pregnant. Lisa doesn't know that Sarah and I know this because my mother-in-law told us. However, Lisa uses that as ammo for manipulating people. Lisa and her husband, Dan, have been nothing but horrible to me and Sarah. That's a little strange. The way I would have put Lisa on blast, or the way I would have went around telling people, like not even announcing it, but just telling people, because you're a nasty person and you need to be knocked down a peg. Lisa and Dan are extremely Christian. Not to mention they're homophobic and they're racist. Oops, excuse me. Excuse me. Sarah and I got married 2 years ago. Lisa refused to come to the wedding. Her and Dan's reasoning was because the Bible says that being gay is a sin, and we just can't bring ourselves to be in the presence of a gay marriage happening. It just goes against what we believe in. My question is, when people who feel like that, why don't they just be fucking silent and just don't come? Why do they feel the need to announce that because of my beliefs, I can't come? Then just don't fucking come. Be silent and fucking not there. Like, absolutely not. I love that it's always, well, the Bible says this and the Bible says that, but the Bible says a whole fucking lot. And right now you're using it out of context because you're spreading the hate, and that's not it. That is not it. Sarah and her husband also told us to our face during a heated conversation earlier this year they don't think that Sarah and I should be married. I said Sarah, I meant Lisa. Lisa and her husband. As soon as they said that to our faces, I lost all respect for them. During that same conversation, Lisa tried to manipulate everyone into feeling sorry for her and trying to win the conversation by screaming she lost her baby last year. As previously mentioned before, tests confirmed she was never pregnant. But with her being just an overall horrible person who doesn't give a damn about me and Sarah, I feel like I'm obligated to feel excited for her being pregnant because my mother-in-law has begged for everyone to be nice to each other. However, Lisa does nothing but lie, manipulate, and be hostile towards others. She'll snap and yell at you if she doesn't get the reaction that she wants. I'm just afraid of causing some hostility or an argument on Mother's Day. But I can't in good conscience act happy for people who've treated me, Sarah, and her family so bad. Plus, they lost all of my respect when they told Sarah and I they don't think we should be married. Anyways, would I be the asshole if I don't act happy and excited for Lisa and Dan being pregnant? Absolutely not. Y'all better than me because there's no way in hell I'm going to continue to be around people that treat me this way. Like, like this person is saying, I don't want to cause an issue on Mother's Day. I don't want to disrupt a good day with my family. That would be that would be my reason to not be around. Like, to not be around at all. Because everybody expects you to look the other way because family, she's family. And I want everybody to love each other and I want everybody to be family. But family does not treat each other this way. If this person was truly my family, they would not treat me like this. So I feel like the justification that people use for the person who's being done wrong to look the other way is the exact same justification that they should use as to why they're choosing to not look away and they want to be confrontational about this issue. Like, you expect me to not say anything when this woman is downright fucking nasty and dirty because I just want everybody to be happy and we're family. Because we're family and I want everybody to be happy, I'm going to call this bitch out for the lies that she's running around and telling people. I'm going to call her out on her treatment of people who do not agree with her. I'm going to call her out on her behavior until either she fucking changes it or she stops coming around. Because we are family and I want everybody here to be happy. That would be my justification as to why. I want the same things that you do, but unfortunately, her being here and just spitting hate every time she opens her goddamn mouth is making everybody in the room uncomfortable. I will be the asshole. I will be the asshole. Because why? Why are we just allowing this person to just continue to make people feel some type of way and nobody's fucking saying anything? Nobody's doing anything at all. No, hell no. I refuse to be fucking bullied. I refuse. I'm not doing it. Family or not. Like, you being my family is the exact reason why I'm stopping this. Because this is my family and I should not be getting treated this way. So I'm going to open my mouth and tell you guys, I don't like how I'm being treated. Something needs to change or I'm not going to be around anymore. I'm going to rock the fucking boat. I will rock the boat. I will burn a bridge. I will cut ties. I will do all of it. All of it. Because no, that's not okay. Do you think you're special and you get to talk to me this way? Or do you think everyone in my life talks to me like this? Absolutely not. I don't do that. That is not okay. You do not have to allow anybody to treat you any way other than what you want. People only treat you the way you let them. The way you let them. You can stop it. Even if that means cutting them off, you can stop it. Okay. Last story. Am I the asshole for telling my husband that I'm divorcing him if he loses the civil suit against him? I didn't want to say it out loud. My husband, 34 male, works at a private high school where he coaches football, teaches PE, and health. I, 29 female, work part-time from home. About 4 months ago, my husband came home one day looking kind of out of it. He wasn't hungry for dinner, but he told me he wanted to have a couple of beers and zone out in front of the TV. This is highly irregular for him, but I decided to not push the topic. Later that evening, he informed me that he had an argument with a student and that I may be hearing about it. He described it as a his word against mine kind of issue. Again, I didn't want to press the issue. Over the last 4 months, more details about the case have trickled in from him. He's actually become pretty open about it. First, it wasn't an argument. It was a physical altercation. He grabbed the kid's collar, pulled him up to his face, and yelled at him. It wasn't also a his word against mine kind of issue. An entire class of students witnessed the situation during class. Now the boy he grabbed is having attendance issues, which his parents are blaming on my husband. To be perfectly honest, I would too. The worst part about it is this kid's parents originally said they just wanted an apology from my husband and a signed document admitting what he did in exchange for them to not pursue litigation against him. My husband refused because he legitimately believes that he has the right. He was right. Last night, he told me the parents apparently weren't bluffing. They hired a lawyer and they're going to be taking him to civil court personally. At this point, something in me flipped. I yelled at him for the first time in our relationship. I said that if he loses the civil case, which he obviously will, seeing as he was objectively in the wrong, I'm divorcing him. He gave me this shocked look and accused me of not supporting him when he's down. I responded that he brought this onto our family himself and that he should grovel and beg for forgiveness from them. Now he refuses to talk to me. I don't know if I went too far with what I said. Was there a better way I could have approached this? First of all, there was a better way that you could have approached this, but I completely understand being upset and snapping the way that you did. But to be honest, now, I read this story like early this morning, before I even started posting this morning. I read this story. And I came down and it says, there was a question. Someone asked, like, what is the administration saying? Why does he think that he's in the right? And does he have a history of physical violence? So basically the OP responded to a comment, but I can't find it now. And she says, I understand the sentiment, but you have to understand the high school boy who happens to be larger than my husband was antagonizing him for months leading up to this. I think the reason why he hasn't been fired is the boy has basically pissed off every single member of the faculty and everyone in all of his classes at some point, and even sexually harassed a female student pretty severely. So this lady is leaving out key information from the story and responding to it in the comments. I am going to say, regardless of this kid being bigger than him, regardless of what he behaves like throughout the school, how he's treated other people of faculty, as an educator, a teacher, you never have the right to put your hands on a student. Now, I know some of these motherfuckers make you just want to grab them real good, because some of them just need to be grabbed. Just shut the fuck up. Some of them do. But as an educator, you never put your hands on a student. You do not put your hands on a student. Never. Never. The only time I've seen even like putting, like we aren't even supposed to touch the kids. Like putting your hands on a student, the only time I think that's even appropriate is if they're fighting. Because I'm snatching motherfuckers apart. I'm grabbing hair, shirts, shoelaces, ankles. If you fall, you shouldn't have been fighting. I'm snatching everybody apart. To me, that's the only time I think it's okay to even put your hands on the kids. Because in assets, we didn't do fights. Talk to you tomorrow. All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. I gotta go on and get off this phone now. That's how I feel like we on the phone. All right, y'all. I'm going to hang up. Okay? Talk to you later. Kiss the babies for me. Hope your mama's doing okay. Y'all have a great night. Oh, I'm so